it has been days later. We have been pushing ourselves to increase skills as much as possible. There have been some changes around here. It's been a whole thing. And I'm going to show you what has happened. So, first of all, we have managed to actually max out our horse riding skills. I believe we might have done that in the last episode, or I managed it just after. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I wanted to point it out just in case it had not been mentioned. Also, we're looking at her gardening skill, which is now at level 6. And in relation to that, we've made some money. So I created a space here that covered the plants so that we finally have carrots all the time. So now we're able to actually give carrots to the horses on a pretty regular basis. She has a huge stock of fairy dust, so we're keeping them enchanted most of the time, and we're bringing in money from that, as well as keeping some just handy for feeding the horses. I know last time I swapped out some things in here, but this is largely the same. Upstairs, I took some of the money that we've earned just to create something a little bit more like an actual home. It's not a lot. The thing is that she doesn't actually need much. There are so many things that would be typical of most Sims that she doesn't need. She doesn't need to eat. Honestly, she really doesn't even need a bed. The only fun she really needs, she just picks up her fiddle and she's happy. It's very interesting trying to set up a house with that in mind, but I think I'm not worrying about doing too much here because I think we're going to save up money in order to move to a new place and give us a bit more room to work with. But all of that said, Brown Sugar has officially aged up, and he is a beautiful horse. He's just, he's actually very lovely. And we've already done a little bit of work on the skills. Temperament is already up to 4. I think we were at like a 2 or a 3 already before aging up, so that went pretty well. Jumping has been the skill mostly that we're focusing on, but I'm starting to try to work on some of the other skills now. And Bronco has been doing pretty well as well. Got a little bit of a makeover. She is also at a temperament level of 4, almost 5, and I think pretty soon we'll be able to get her agility up there to a level 2. I'm really feeling confident there that we can get that done pretty quickly. Carrot, also obviously our superstar, the one who's probably going to be how we achieve most of the things required for our aspiration and for our goals. She's just our prize horse, to be honest. 3 of our awards are already gold. She's mellow, and I feel like she wasn't mellow when we started. I don't know if traits can change as we train them or not. And then, okay, the other thing is that with 3 of them as adult horses, I've been able to do 3 jobs a day. I think you can do more than 1 job with a horse each day. You just can't do more than 1 competition. But I've been doing 1 job with each of them, and they gain a little bit of skill as they do that, but it also helps when they have specific skills. And we averaged 300 to 400 per job. So we were bringing in about 1,000 simoleons a day. And no, this 17,000 that she has now is not all from that. There was some sad news. Her mother has passed away. And so that means, she's kind of dealing with a bit of sadness. She has been seeking counseling and such. She's actually surprisingly not very sad about it. I've seen her sadder about losing people she barely knew. Not to say that she knew her mom very well, but she only had 1 day of sadness, and attending counseling brought it down to this like 10 hours. I've seen her have 2 days of sadness over losing a pet or something. So that's a little weird and a little sad, but it did come with a bit of an inheritance, which gave us 17,000 simoleons total now. And I think, kind of in going with that whole idea of wanting to move, I think we're going to go through 3 competitions today. As long as everyone is in pretty decent condition. You're excellent. You're all excellent. And let's see. Bronco is always over here. Your fun is a little low. Okay, we're going to have you. I'm going to call you over. Your fun was a little low too, so you understand. I'm going to call you over to have a little fun. And then we're going to see if we can sneak in 3 competitions today. Her needs are pretty good, other than her emotional force being just a little bit low. All right, let's see. If we go with beginner, actually, let me change to carrot. And okay, we've gotten gold in these. I want to try to get gold, but I think I'm going to go for an intermediate. We're more than qualified, and I think she can do that. Okay, and then after that, we'll go right into another competition with brown sugar, and hopefully by then Bronco will have dealt with their needs a little bit, and we can handle that. So with 3 competitions, if we can even place at the most basic level, we should be able to hopefully get ourselves around 18,000. Probably not, but I'm hoping. And I think we'll take that money to make a move. There we go. Gold in Western Pleasure. Oh, wait, we have something going on here. Due to Cara's recent reactions, she has risen to good competitive spirit level. Now she will likely contain her rage about loss after losing and modestly celebrate a win over her victory. To improve her competitive spirit level even more, Cara could encourage healthy competitive spirit, offer competitive skill tips, celebrate a win, successfully try to contain rage about loss. Contrary to that, interactions such as over-celebrate a win, failing to try to contain rage about loss, would decrease her competitive spirit level back to bad. Cara wouldn't want to become a toxic competitor, right? You're right. And we're actually going to jump right into another competition. We're going to do a beginner with brown sugar. And, okay, you're not doing well there. I'm thinking, yeah, show jumping is the one, I think the only one that you're qualified for. So we'll hop into that. I'm not expecting first, but a second place would not be horrible. A bronze, not bad. I was hoping for silver, but bronze is totally fine. We still made a profit. We do have a little bit of an issue here. Hunger is just really low, and we have no food in the feeder. So we're going to run over here really quickly and hand feed Bronco, and then we'll get in on another competition with Bronco. So with 3 competitions, let's see, we will have made... I wish they would show us our totals here, but I think we'll see a profit at minimum of... I don't think we're going to hit that 19,000 I was hoping for, but we should be all right. Let's see. Oh, what is the musical? This horse is in a positive mood, which means slightly improves the chances of winning. Interesting. Do you have... You've gotten gold there. Yeah, let's try Western Pleasure here. Another bronze. I was really hoping for some gold there. I thought we might be able to pull it off, especially with her positive attitude. But I am going to regenerate her emotional force, and then I'm going to pick up the things that we want to hang on to, and then I think we're going to figure out where we're moving. Well, it doesn't feel like this lot is all that much bigger, but it is an improvement. We have a little bit more space to work with. Now, we did lose having the actual training places nearby, but there is some place to play here. And I think I could probably figure out a way to make things work, and, you know, like a tool mod or something, and get some more things out there for us to practice with. Or we can find room here on the lot. Now, with this new lot, I would like to build a small cottage type area for Cara. but a barn large enough for hopefully 4 horses. And I'm kind of thinking something long. I often see on ranches, like long type barns. I want this to be just large enough to hold their beds and then separate it sort of into stalls. I want each to be wide enough that a horse can get out of it. I thought that this door was designed for that. Okay, it does say to get your livestock or you out of the room. So this should be the correct one. And we'll put one on each space. Like so. Now, eventually, we'll have to get another bed in here. But we have each one separated here. I think I want to center these each on the actual room. Hopefully that looks all right. Now, roof, I think, is going to look best if I make sort of a long roof like this. And maybe I'll add some kind of, bring it over a little bit. Helps if it actually is all the way like that. Okay, and then put some kind of column here. I do like the perfectly stable ones here, and they match really nicely. I think we'll put one on each end, and as I can afford to, I'll expand on this a bit. But for now, that should work out pretty well. Now, as far as wall patterns, I want it to kind of look kind of aged right now. I do wish we had one that matched that better while still looking kind of orange, but I think we'll do this for now. It's giving orange to me. I think we'll place her home up front and keep it kind of basic, but it'll be facing out this way. Eventually, I'd like to fence the whole thing in. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford that right away, but I want to make this a little more interesting of a shape. I think we'll bring that out, and let's see. I don't know if I always do this, but I feel like this is one of the easiest ways to just add a little more interest to a house. Maybe we'll go like this, and we can create maybe a little, maybe like a little bump out sort of thing right here. Now this one I want raised up, and I do want it to have a porch. Porches are essential to me in ranch type situations. Now, do I want to bring it? I feel like I do want to bring it all the way like so. Not loving that it did that to me though. There we go. Okay, and now we definitely need to make a covered porch. But I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this roof in an interesting way. I think maybe for sure this will go like so. But do I want this to continue that? Or, Or do I want to do something more like this and only cover part of the porch? I think that does add a little bit more interest. I think the house definitely needs a fireplace. And we'll put that maybe here on the back. I'll do a wider and then narrow it down. We'll make that this orange stone. I think I want to make it look like a log cabin. That's kind of fun. And I like that it has that orange tone to it. We're going to grab these columns from over here. Although I think I might change the color of the columns to match the home rather than... Yeah, I think that looks better. And I think I'm going to do the same with these. I was matching it to the doors, but I think it's looking better matched to the siding. I'm wondering... I wanted this orange color, but it's not really orange. So I think I'll go with this deeper wood with black. And I think I still want to do the sort of decorative edging that we used in our previous home, kind of accenting the black that's there. And I want to do the, this kind of metal roof look. I just really like how that looks. And we'll finish it off with the stone foundation that matches what we've done with the fireplace. I think I want to use that same deep wood on the floors. And I think we'll do something a little bit rougher looking out here. For now, we'll make the inside the same color as the outside. We might adjust that as time goes on, but I think that'll look good for now. The only issue we've had here is by moving, we've lost all of like what each of these was for. I think I might just go ahead and place one for each. I don't know where we got this ironworks sign from. I think I might want to place that on the house somewhere. And right now I've only got one of these. I think I'll place one over each bed. And we're going to put this out here for now. And definitely need some place for the feeding. I think I'll just tuck it on the side for now until we get a better idea of what our layout will be here. But we definitely have room to put in the training stuff. I actually really want to use this, and it was what I was thinking of as sort of an entrance and then having the fence come up to it. I think I'll place that right around there. I'm not sure if that's the color I want to use, though. I think it's the best option of these. I feel like some of these had the ability to hold some of our signage here, but I'm not seeing the ones I'm thinking of. This is the one I was thinking of. Okay. Do I want something more like this? Something more like this? I feel like this better suits the house. Yeah. As much as I like the flowers, I think this better suits the look we're going for here. The kind of rustic thing. And then we can put this right up on there. Now, can we change the color of that? I think the more orange color kind of brings everything together. Yeah, it's actually feeling a bit like a ranch. Okay, I do have a spot for a fireplace, and I definitely want to put this in here, and I want it to be the orange. And now we need some windows, and from there, I'll figure out where I want to put the things that we have already. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. It's looking pretty cute. I do think I want something up here, and maybe possibly just a window that kind of goes with the rest of the set. I think I've been doing the black because I feel like that is accenting the black that I'm using in other places. I'm not 100% sold on the combinations here, but for now, it's working. I want to get a light into each of these areas here, and then I want to make sure that we have our training areas. I think we're going to upgrade things a little bit and go ahead and get the Champ certified version, the more upgraded version. I actually kind of think this has to go there. That looks pretty cool. All right. I am not finding an upgraded version of the barrels. Am I missing something? I was pretty certain that we had something for that. I guess we will just put the standard barrels in here. They will do. They get the job done. Somehow we have 13,000 left. I do still have to finish the inside, which I am going to use the same siding and give it that true log cabin feel. And then I'm also going to get one of the ranch doors here. And I think this will be her bedroom. I do want to have a bathroom in here, though I'm not sure where I'm going to manage to put that. think we can squeeze it in here. It still allows that window to be where I had it. Although maybe I could just shift them both over. We'll do that situation. I could tuck a kitchen in here. She doesn't need a very large one. And then we can do our living room over here. I would have liked the living room centered on the fireplace, but I think for the current arrangement, that's not necessarily going to work very well. We'll figure it out in time, but maybe we can rearrange things later on. I think I'll put, maybe we'll put this like here with the couch kind of angled toward it. A little jaunty angle moment. We'll put, I think I'm going to get her a different bed. I do still like this light. I think we'll put that in her room. I also think it might need to be scaled down just a little bit. And we'll make this sort of a dining space. I think I'm going to put this over here because we're more likely to need to throw things out over in that area. We have decorative collectible plates and a bunch of these. Where did these come from? I mean, we could definitely use them as decorations somewhere. I do think we can use these same lights. They still work. And I have some extras. So I will put them probably, yeah, probably just along here. We might get more later on. The cat stuff is all powered, so I need to keep that indoors. We'll have to figure that one out yet. I think we might be able to get the cats like a real bed, and I want to put her little house out here on the porch. Now, as far as where is she going to garden? I think it would make sense that it would be near the house. I might shift this a little bit, and we might create another covered space over here. Maybe just coming off of this corner. I think we'll reduce things by one plant. We really don't need that. And I'm going to just sort of duplicate this and have it hang off of the edge. Just to cover those. And then we'll give it a new little, let's see. I did really like the one we were using before. And it kind of looks like it matches. So I think that works out pretty well. Although we do need to slightly adjust that so that it works out. Okay. And I think we'll bring that one in as well. There we go. I think that works out pretty well. And then we'll just grab some more of these columns and place them on the corners. It's probably very expected, but I am definitely using the cabinets from Horse Ranch. They just work. I'll put the stove here, the fridge here, and the sink right in the center. I think these recolors of the cottage set in the orange look really cute. I need to get some lighting in here. I think I want to do just this bare bulb sort of thing in the kitchen. And I want to probably copy this from the bedroom and place it over here for the dining room area. All right, I think we'll use that same bare bulb in the bathroom as well. I feel like I have to use the Horse Ranch one in the bathroom. We do have the tub. I think I might use the tub because we do tend to have pets around here. But I'm also going to probably try to find a way to get a shower in here. Although we have about 1 million ways she can bathe, our main purpose for bathing will be children when the time comes. So I don't even know if that's really that necessary for us. I think because she's a fairy, it'll be fun if we use one of the fairy toilets. And it really just kind of leans into the whole rustic thing we've got going here. It's a very dark kitchen, but it also feels very cozy. I like it. I think this table by Haybrine is just right. It has, you know, the country look I'm looking for without looking completely beat up. I do know that there are versions available with the game, or, you know, like with Horse Ranch, but I I would just prefer that one. And I think I want to do this sort of metallic chair in the orange, but I think in the deeper orange looks better. I think I'm going to angle it that way. So one of them is sort of in the corner. I'm not loving this. I do like the couch, the love seat, but I'm thinking I want something that feels just a little bit more rustic. Maybe not that rustic, but just a little cozier. I think we're getting warmer. It's very similar, but I need something... Oh, we just really are lacking in the love seats. Maybe an actual sofa would give me... This is much closer to what my brain is thinking. Or that. This does come in some lovely colors. Unfortunately, nothing orange. Although it doesn't necessarily have to be. The grandma sofa. Yeah. This is... Okay, there we go. This is kind of the vibe I was looking for. Although I think I am going to go ahead and shift that over. Maybe we'll just center you. I don't love that it's not going to be centered on there. But I think that that works out. Maybe I'll just go ahead because I don't need this to be centered there either. And I think that looks better from here. Now this room is quite dark. I fully admit that. We probably need a bit more lighting. And we have plenty of money for lighting. I had no idea the money would go this far. That's a little modern. That's fun, but I want something maybe more... Maybe that's a little too on the nose, but I kind of like it. Now, do I want to... I think it might be better if I tuck it over here. Just kind of bring a little bit more lighting over here. I would like to be able to get a chair in here, but it might be a little too close. Maybe we can bring in one of the rocking chairs. Just kind of inch it ever so slightly. I think that'll work. There's actually a lot of open space here that we could make use of. I do still need to get the pet stuff in here. I can probably sell the shower. And it looks like it's going to be easier for us to just sell these carrots. Which is going to give us another 7,000. We didn't need that. Well, this is a covered area. Maybe I'll just put the litter on the porch. And we'll put the cat food over here. And then I'll get a garbage bin in here. This one's fun. Definitely the vibes. Corsica, recommend their stuff. It's so unique. And I love everything. I think since we're looking at pet stuff, some kind of cute pet bed in front of the fireplace would be nice. Just a cozy... These braided pet beds are really cute. Is this for... I'm thinking... Yeah, this is the small one. I'll put a couple of these up. It fills that space and it gives the cats someplace to sleep. Alright, we have more than enough left to grab another bed. Yes, I know we still need a bed for Cara, but we're good here too. We get another light in here. Alright, and if I have enough extra, I'm going to put a window on the back of each of the stalls as well. But we need to get a bed. Okay, there's a couple of these shabby Rhapsody beds, but I like this one that has a bit of flower to it. I think I'm going to put it on the side here a little. And then we'll see what we've got for bedside tables. Oh, there's so much to this set that is perfect. I am going to put this over here. I think... Do I want to go the darker? I kind of liked the lighter. It doesn't necessarily have the orange, but I kind of like that. Okay, and... Oh my goodness, there's so much good stuff here. I probably should have used these. These are cute too. Although they don't really... Well, they do come in an orange. Yeah, I have to swap this out. Because this is just too cute. I think it's a bit more expensive too, but I like how we have things on it as well. Oh, and we even have some appliances here. Now, do we have any lamp? Oh my goodness, these lamps are so good. I was just trying to see if we had anything for overhead. Oh, actually, oh, this is good too. They accent each other nicely. Yeah, that's really... I mean, that's a lot of prints, but now I'm kind of curious if there is... we do have a couch. This is such a good set. Oh, and this is kind of the same vibes. All right, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go this route. I think I'm gonna bring that back just a little bit like that. I'm still keeping the rocking chair, though. I really like that rocking chair. Oh, these are cute, too. Hey Brian does most of this. We do the Shabby Rhapsody stuff. It's actually Sibulette, and then there's the Soft Shabby set from Hey Brian. Just Shabby in general is working out pretty well for us here. I think I even like that lamp better. It's kind of more the vibes. I hate that I use the word vibes so much lately. Please forgive me. Okay, this rug is really cool. It's pretty big, though. There's a 4x3 and a 6x4. Okay, so we do have a smaller version. I think we can tuck that in there. I don't know if I'm loving it with this. Maybe that color looks a little better. They're from two different collections and two different creators, but I think they work out pretty well together. I'm still trying to find side tables. I really thought there was side tables with this. There. Okay, now, do I want the orange? I kind of do. There's the Sibulette. Why am I struggling with that today? And there's the Soft Shabby ones from Hey Brian. And they're both really good, and both of these sets really work together. I think I'll keep the ones that actually were designed to go with the bed, though. And I do want to get a desk in, and I'm going to do it in the same color. That is not the same color, though. There we go. And place that over here. I should try to find a dresser, too. Oh, I like the thrifted nightstands, too. Those are great. There's even a woodworking table as part of this set, which would actually work out pretty nicely out here. Do we have an orange one? Not really, but I did move all of these down because they were getting blocked a bit. But I think, yeah, we can get that just that height will be good. I really love these two. Okay, well, we'd put one here for when we walk in. We would need one in the bathroom. I'll fix that in a moment. We need one in the bedroom. I just like that look of them. There is a dresser. I just don't know if I can get it squeezed in there. It would create a bit of a problem. It's already going to be a little interesting trying to get around this. I do want... We do have the matching chair, which I think will work just fine. I was really hoping one of these would have carrots on them. I guess mushrooms will be fine. Okay, so I think we have all of the basics that we need. Actually, she needs very little. Most of this is kind of extra. I do want to put down some lamps, though, here. And other than that, I don't know if I want to... Actually, I don't really like this picture here. I do like these, though. These are pretty... But I'm feeling like we have, like, pretty much everything that we need. So the question is, do I want to continue putting more down and decorating, or do I want to hold on to our money? I do want to put windows back here. I had already decided that, but I think I might want to try to get the fence in if I can afford it, because we're not exactly like hurting for money in any way, and we can make it back pretty easily. I think I want to put these wide ones in at the back of each because it feels so dark in here right now. So we'll just get these all in like that. And I also feel like this area should be finished in some way. If I look at everything, there is some stone here. Maybe just put that like that. I think that looks pretty good. And then, yeah, it feels pretty finished. Now, which fence? The timber log probably looks more like what would go around the area. But I overall prefer the look of the paddock fencing. It's just deciding on a color. That color matches what we've been doing through most of the area, but this is not the same color, which is a little weird. So do we match it to this? Or do we match it to kind of, maybe if I can match this? This doesn't really come in the right color. Maybe we'll make that the black that we've been using. It's not really true black. It's pretty dark, but not true black. And then we'll use this color if I were to. Yeah, that's... And we'll see how far we can get with the fencing. At least start at the front and try to get at least to the building here. Okay, we're actually getting much further than this than I anticipated. And I'm kind of left feeling like I want that to be black. Yeah, I think the black looks better. I'm just going to shift this forward to fit onto that. Now, can I do a gate there, though? Okay, we're going to have to adjust it a little. It's not an exact, but we can at least make it kind of look like it's gated. I think I just need to slide that over just slightly. And I need a different mailbox. All right, and then I think we'll stick with what she had. Because, you know, she is a fairy, it kind of makes sense. Although I think I'm going to place it on this side. Maybe angle it a little bit. All right, and then we just need a couple of trees to make this look a little less bare. Okay, we're going to put a big hawthorn there. Just slightly moved that. I might move this over a little bit. And then we'll put something a little smaller and taller maybe here. Now, this feels a little small, but it's something there. Maybe I can get one to each side. Sort of like it's framing it. It looks a little off with the house, though. I wonder if I can move the house. Nope, it's not going to move it correctly. It'll be all right. We'll make it work. But I did just realize that I forgot the steps. Maybe if I place these in front, it would look better. It feels a little bit like they're growing through everything, but it just didn't feel quite right in the way. I don't know if she's going to be able to get to her mailbox. Maybe we can just shift that over a little. Okay, I still feel like maybe we need some low-lying plants around the edge here. Some tall grass, perhaps. Some hedges. Something. I'm not sure what I'm feeling for this area. These estate hedges are kind of nice, but a little bit small. I think it's going to be something that I think about for a bit, and we see how the space is used before making that final decision. But overall, I think that came out pretty nicely. We'll just need to assign beds to each of them. They might already be assigned. Let's see. Bronco gets to go there, Carrot there, and Brown Sugar there. How's that sound? All right, and then we're going to assign the bed to her. And since we have the money, we're going to go ahead and let you buy yourself a better mattress right away. So everybody is all set. I wish we could buy you guys better mattresses like we can buy for ourselves. but everyone's running in already. They look really excited about the new space. I'm really excited about the new space, and I think we'll explore it a bit more next time. This turned into a little bit more of a build video than I was anticipating, but I think it was unfortunate that her mother passed away, but it did turn out to be a bit of a boom for us. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy that we finally have our bigger home. We finally have our space. We're using our own supplies, not relying on what's in the neighborhood. And it really feels like we're making major progress. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Paw the like button, subscribe to stick around, and join the Catnip Club if you'd like some extra perks while supporting the channel. Have a cozy day, and I'll save you a spot for our next adventure.